All right. And I'm going to set up a fresh world for this. Daytime up. Get rid of. Well, we can have drones. We don't want. What don't we want? Weather? Economy? Auto respawn, respawn ship. What? Respawn ships? No, we don't need those. Don't need random encounters. I don't want PCU limits either. Okay. I think that's good enough for now. Don't need any mods, I don't think, for any of the builds we're looking at today. Oh, that's right. It always spawns you in right here. Let's get the space. Actually, but I'm not entirely convinced that it is. So, either way, we need to move somewhere else on Earth. We're going to be doing this. Go somewhere nice. Here we go. Now, I'm going to be just looking at builds that people have submitted on the Discord for me to look at to start. If I get through all of them, I'll look at other random stuff. Might just flip through the workshop, look at things. Might look through some of my old builds. We'll see. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through these, so let's get started. First one, I'm going to Game is being a little bit slow loading things in today. It's a bike, so I assume it works on a planet, right? It was certainly saved with the thrusters off. It looks like a bike. I haven't actually used this new cockpit, this new mounted bike seat thing. It looks pretty cool. This is super simple and straightforward design. Nothing wrong with that. It does feel good. Like a bike. Handles fairly well. I'm kind of surprised the gyro isn't stronger as it turned out. Really, the power on the gyro is at 100%. I really expect it to turn faster than this. Maybe I'm crazy. It isn't bad. I was just expecting it to whip around super fast. I like this though. Oh. It doesn't have a lot of vertical lift, which I think is fine. It's supposed to be like a speeder or bike or something. But if you come up on a cliff, just note that you might not be able to fly up fast enough to get over it. Pretty cool though. I gotta build something like this. I gotta add that to my list. Build a speeder style vehicle. I might actually try and do it so it keeps you at the same height though. I might try and do it with the new event controllers. They handle altitude fairly well. Certainly better than the sensor blocks do. Found that one out the hard way. It's got lights too. Hey, there's no backlights, just front lights. I guess that's okay. I wonder if they have the DLC lights. They could have like the offset spotlights instead. I mean, they have some DLC lights because those are DLC. Oh, they have that covered up with the new blocks. That's kind of cool. There's nowhere to put these backlights though now. I suppose you could put them right in the middle. It's not going to be very visible, but they would kind of work back there. I like the little wings on it. I think these ones look a little strange, but I like the rest of them. I don't know what I would do in the back here. I actually might make some small out wings right here. Just like that. I think it would fit nicely. I actually might even spin these so that they were rotated down instead of up. I don't think it's bad the way it is though, honestly. I think it's just fine. Anything on here I'm missing? It's like the simplest build in the world, but it's actually kind of satisfying. Which is pretty cool. Alright. Let's move on to another one. Not much to say about this. I like it. It's pretty decent. What is... Oh, that's the back of the light sticking through there. I'm like, what is that weirdness? Pretty cool. I like the concept. There's no way to attach it, though. Oh, there is, right there, the little connector. Forgot that that's a thing. Okay, so... it can attach... I haven't actually looked at these cockpits. Does it attach through? So this is the... Which one is this? Oh, it's the wide one, right? No. It's this one. Okay, so it does have a connector on the bottom and on the back. Okay, that's really cool and useful. So that does connect up through and you could refill your tanks with it. Do they have... Probably would want a stockpile on your hotbar for your tanks. Maybe that's what this is. No, that's the headlights I ruined. Probably want stockpile on off, and then something for your battery. Recharge on off on the hotbar. So that when you dock it, you can just refill and recharge really quick. Pretty cool otherwise though. Let's get rid of this and move on to the next one. This one was submitted by Ph.D Composer onto the Discord. Boink. I don't think I've driven around one of these before. I assume this is zero friction wheels on the bottom. The little smokestacks on the side, on the top. Yeah, I'm just looking through people's builds. Submitted them on my Discord, and I'm just looking through them and giving a little feedback. Not roasting anybody, just giving constructive feedback, saying what I think. You're welcome to submit something if you want. Links for the Discord should be somewhere, somewhere on my page. Cool. Far. I like the cockpit area. It actually feels so much sheltered. Having the engines on top are always kind of a nice look. It is very flat around here. I think I would slope these edges. There are nice slope blocks for all of this. But I can't complain. Yeah, this feels almost like it's an older build because like all the new caps and stuff you could put on all this. But it's pretty cool looking, regardless. I'll flip this over. I'm probably gonna break some stuff, but I want to see the bottom. Smooth, simple. All three of these blocks explode really nicely. So if this bottoms out, it's going to be dramatic, but I think on the ice lake here is going to be ideal for it because it's going to skid nicely. Oh, wow. It's got some oomph. That makes sense. I mean, it's got two forwards. Oh my gosh. This is terrifying to drive, I'm not going to lie. You go so fast, and then you hit the smallest bump, and you're just... Yeah, I'm going to just spin it a little bit and see how long it takes to roll. Okay, it's not rolling, surprisingly. That's pretty crazy. I mean, I am on the flattest surface in the game, an ice lake, so... And I'm still getting a few little bumps here and there. I think a couple more sideways thrusters would make me a lot more comfortable driving this because it drifts to the side super hard. Whoa. Alright. Ooh. If you take it gently. It's It's doing better than I expected. I didn't even think I'd get up that first hill. I don't want to talk about the trees. There's nothing you can do about that. You really can't strafe it all in this vehicle because the side thrusters are so weak. You could probably, and like I'm a little bit afraid to turn. I'm a little afraid that I'm just gonna roll. I haven't driven these like at all though, so it could just be my lack of understanding. Oh my gosh, it scared me. Ugh. I wouldn't drive this around in survival on anything but an ice lake. Let's put it that way. The wheels are surviving just fine. Yeah, okay, so as expected, all the hydrogen H2O2 generators in the hydrogen tank are already gone out of the bottom. I knew that was going to go really quick on anything but level ground. And yeah, the thrusters on the back are overhanging quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's a test drive. It's going to get beat up. Gotta see what breaks first. What is this hinge on the back for? I feel like there was probably something that was supposed to be there. Nah, it's just an empty hinge on the blueprint. That's kind of weird. We'll paste a new one in. Thank you, tree. Let's drive in first person a little bit. Does have its own special HUD there, which is kind of cool. Very red. Yeah, I could not imagine actually driving this in survival. It's exploding. Alright, I'll check that out next. I think I'm done with this one. I mean, I didn't really do much. I gave it a test drive. And I like the way it looks. I like the concept. I think I would move, or I'd probably add more of these. Like, put these a little bit forwards and then add some a little bit further back to keep the back from bottoming out and the middle from bottoming out. I also, personally, I would use like the 3x3 wheels, but I've never actually built one of these before, so take that with a grain of salt for sure. It's neat though. Cool for an ice lake. I think I'm going to go back to the ice lake before I spawn this one in. I think that's going to be a good place to start my testing. Where is the lake? What the? Oh, I got a ways away. We'll spawn it in over here. Oh my gosh, what is this? It's like Minecraft, old Minecraft. The biome generation. We got a chunk border here. Alright. Well, I'll spawn it in right here. there an upside right way to paste this? That is the question. I have no idea. Is there? The right side. I don't know what that means. Like the camera's upside right now. Should I just put it like that? Alright. Is this a remote control? Alright, I'll try with the remote control. Alright, I got a camera. Whoa. Let's see what this looks like outside the camera. It whips around real good. Okay, and then I have a bunch of 7 to move, 8 to stop moving. Let's do it. Back to the camera. Okay. Ooh. I might have freaked it out a little bit. Two and 3 to jump. Okay. Go back into the camera. Oh, that's what that... I see what I see. I want to watch this from like outside. Oh my god. I knew there was something going on there with like the hinge and the pistons and stuff I saw before. It's still rolling. Maybe I should have stopped it from rolling before I did that. Retract the leg. Oh, sensor. Alright, turn that off. Back on. Back upright. What do 4, 5, and 6 do? Oh, okay. Ah. I assume the script is just controlling all of that. Oh, I didn't turn the... Oh, whoa, actually. Maybe this is a good way to observe it. We'll put that away. That's probably not supposed to be out. This is actually kind of a fun way to control the thing. It's surviving way better than I thought it would do, honestly. Can I get up this hill? Yeah, alright. Not bad at all. That's kind of cool. What scripts are you using? Did you write your own scripts, or is it just something else to control this? Yeah. It's really hard to control when I'm not actually looking through the camera. Oh. Yeah, there it goes. It survived a lot longer than I thought it would. It's really compact too. So when it's running on AI, is it, I see you have a basic and a movement. Does it just roll around kind of randomly? Or do you have like waypoints set and it rolls around between the waypoints? I imagine that's what it is. Oh, follows players using, okay. That'd be kind of a funny pet. I like it. That's a really unique build. I'll paste a new one in here and just look inside. I bet it follows fairly well on like flat ground, maybe an ice lake, though it doesn't get much traction on an ice lake, I bet. I almost feel like these wheels that turn should be a little bit thicker than the inner rim to get a little better grip. I don't know with the block shapes if that would be something that's easy to do though, honestly. Probably not. You could do it though. Yeah, I'll take a look at another one too, for sure. I like this. This was pretty cool actually. I like looking at other people's builds and stuff, just gives me cool ideas. Try out similar things. Get back to the ice lake the fast way. Maybe I'll set this thing to follow me. Oh. So the sensor detects when it's close enough to you, and then it stops, I assume. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I need to set it to actually follow me, though. Oh, interesting. Follow player? So it just follows whoever the owner is? I actually haven't used the follow player task ever. Oh, yeah. Okay. Forgot to turn on AI behavior. Okay. I like it. It's kind of cool. Is having a hard time though on the ice. All right, let's get this other one in here. My workshop is being extra slow today loading things. There it is. Ooh, there's another like skimmer style thing, it looks like. So I assume I have to do the same thing with this one. I like the way this looks. It's like a submarine, but it's got legs. Never use these rounded blocks, but this actually looks really nice. This use form. Like this right here, especially. This front bit looks like a little mini sub, which is pretty cool. I like the colors and the paint choice as well. They're two of the three colors I ever build with, basically. Alright, I want to get this one going. Don't know what else I have to do to get that one to work. Wrong build. Oh, you posted the wrong build? Or... Come here, little guy. I like this roly-poly. It's so derpy, but I like it. Oh, I did? What the heck? Doing it wrong. Oh, yeah, I just assumed the other one. Yep. I mean, these are all on. Follow me. There we go. I had to just reset it. Follow me. Look at it kicking up all that dust. I would be kind of terrified if this thing was coming at me, though. It's good about stopping. It's one of those things where I get really used to it following me. And then I feel like I would be standing on a hillside at some point, and I'd stop to look at something, and this bad boy would just run me over. Really? That's kind of funny. Wait, how does it win in a battle? It didn't have any guns, did it? Does this one have a remote control? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Because I also feel like I could totally stand on this thing and just ride it around. It's so confused. Assault cannon. I imagine this assault cannon was sticking out really far. And let's see if you can follow me over here. It probably caught on the ground occasionally. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it would. This is cool. I gotta make some companion vehicles just to liven up the game a little bit, because it's pretty neat. How does this one do on scarier terrain? Look at him come. He's excited. It's coming. Alright, now there's more of them. I don't think it's going to be able to climb this, but that's to be expected. That's pretty terrible terrain. Maybe over here, though. I'm going to have a swarm of these things following me. Oh no! I dropped that from way higher than I meant to. Get out of here. Alright. Follow me. Okay, this is still terrible terrain, but I guess it's a good test. As soon as you stop moving, or if you weren't jetpacking constantly, I imagine these would be alright. Dang. Actually, because they just glide across stuff. It's not helping that they're running into each other. Huh. I mean, this is doing significantly better than I expected it to. This is what I expected. I suppose if you move around, though, eventually it'll unjank itself and start following again. Maybe. It's probably the worst terrain I could have used. Yeah, come back down. Does it try to stay upright at all? I feel like that would make... Yeah, okay. I figured. That does make these types of things a lot more stable with that AI function. Like trying to align to gravity. Also something I never thought of, just for that type of stability. I wish you could have functions like that. Okay, yeah. I wish you could have the try to stay upright function and control your ship at the same time, but it's part of the move command block, and you can't control the grid while that's in control, unfortunately. I think it would be useful for things like hover cars and stuff. Have a max tilt angle, just like they can't flip over, or it like takes over control. Wait, doesn't the event controller have like a tilt setting? Just a second. You might actually be able to do something like that. What I'm thinking is you'd have... I don't know how the, like, what the event controller actually does for that, though. So the event controller has angle changed. I don't know what that means, angle changed. I'd have to mess with that. No, I can't see hidden ones, but if it's set to like not public, or I don't remember what the terminology is for it. There's one that I can see, but it doesn't show up in searches or on your page. And then there's one that's completely hidden. I don't remember what the terms are for those two different types. But yeah, one of them it like won't show up on the page and won't show up in searches, but if you link it directly to someone, they can see it. So if you find a way to do that, and you can just... Sure, yeah. Those are pretty cool. I'm going to have to test this driving, so I think what I'd like to try and do, if I can get the event controller blocks to detect like a tilt angle specifically off of like level with gravity, what I would do is I would have it take control from the cockpit. I would have it turn on the AI function of a block that righted my ship. And I think that would be super useful for all sorts of things. It probably doesn't exist in the game, but it's one of those things that would be super cool if it did. And I'm going to have to play with this angle changed. I think this is just if the angle changes more than or less than a certain amount, which is not particularly useful for me, unfortunately. Unless I set it up in... no. It has to be set up in gravity, like relative to gravity, unfortunately. I don't see an option. Someone knows if that's an option. Have to let me know. I'm guessing it's not, though. It's one of those kind of fringe cases that they probably didn't think about or care about. Alright, and get this new ship loaded in. Can I load it in on the planet? I'm gonna try. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, that's way bigger than I thought it was. That explains why it took so long to load in. I'm guessing I can't actually load this in on the planet. Well, there's some hydrogen thrusters, maybe. It's not sitting nicely, though. Oh, right. Very nice. I like this. I like the overall look a lot. I like how it's kind of like compartmental looking. Like you've got this part, and then you've got that part, this part. Big old thruster pods on the back. Got like a landing bay in there. Oh, look at this. Got the exhaust block sparky effect. The Chitadori effect. Cool. I actually use the same set of blocks like this to cover thrusters myself. It does look very nice. Little, like, hinged wings aren't actually hinged but look cool. Oh, this is kind of neat. This looks kind of cool. I have to use that. It's a neat look. Making use of your empty space for thrusters, I approve. A couple guns with an explosive block between them, or is that oxygen? Oxygen. Does the oxygen tank still explode? It looks cool, but makes me worry for those turrets. Man, I could probably fly around inside this thing all day and find all sorts of weird passages. I do like that you can walk around on a lot of this. Nice landing pads. Okay. Looks like a warship. I mean, it also would probably function like a warship too. It does have quite a few guns. Maybe not as good as your actual warships, but I mean, it's a pretty big ship and it's got a lot of guns on it, so I think your average pirate would probably steer clear. Lots of greeble. Interesting. Star Killer. I have no idea. I don't know. Vanilla blueprint crashing. It shouldn't. Unless you have modded blocks that replace the vanilla blocks, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna go inside. I'm just marveling at the outside. The outside is very pretty. I'm getting ideas for greebling other things. I've seen people do this and I keep forgetting about it. Using the blast door edges and then these, they look really good. Yeah, I like this a lot so far. And it's got a very... This is one of my favorite paints in the game. This, I don't know what it's actually called, but this industrial looking paint. I think it looks great with just the shapes of the blocks in Space Engineers. Bladed hanger also looks very nice. And you have like little service ramps to walk underneath vehicles. Access this, whatever this is. Wait, what are these? Are these little ships? No way. I don't know what I just did, but I did something. I'm gonna just get rid of that. I pushed the timer block button. This is super cool though. I love this. The access to them too. Those are escape pods. If you're trying to escape life, I think they work great. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I just pushed the only button on the like the timer block. I think it's just that it dropped a little bit and then something hit this armor block and it just detonates when that happens, unfortunately. They look good. I'm sure they work or will work soon. It could just be that I'm on a planet and it's a little bit tricky when you're on a planet. Alright, you got the new blocks too. Oh, I need to make this ship level. Gotta find a control seat. Ooh. There's buttons. Do these buttons do anything? I don't see doors or anything, so I'm gonna assume they don't. Nice use of these blocks. The half blocks. Sci-fi armor. Yep. True. These are the types of interiors I always make. Super compact interiors where there's not even room for you to put a light because there's like a plate there. And then you have to use a passageway exactly like this to get light in your room. I've done this so many times. Like, fill all the space. There's so much more I could put in here. And then I forget to like put a light. Pretty typical. I like that you can see out from your bed. Something's still clanging though. It's probably my fault. A little creepy that somebody could just be standing out there staring at you while you sleep though. Get my lights back on. Oh hey. There's a room down there. Oh, and here's how you get to it. Okay. Interesting. It would feel really weird when you're sitting down here and someone just like walks over the top of you though. I suppose a kitchen. It would feel less weird if you're in your kitchen. All the little cargo stuff. And this is an airlock. Trying to see if you could just make this like permanently airtight using some sneaky window blocks. Actually, you could. Even just using armor plating. So if you made both of these ramped blocks, armor plating, you could make this airtight with both doors open. You just use these blocks are stupidly airtight any way you put them. So you go like that. I mean, it's not going to look as good in the other parts of your ship if you can see the backs of these, but this is like 100% airtight now because that block's airtight and this block is airtight, so air can't get from up here to down here. Kind of just a neat fun fact of the day. Doesn't matter if they leave both the doors open, your ship will be airtight even in space. Thanks to Keen not really caring about airtightness. Oh, hello. That's a giant wheel. Wait, why is there a giant wheel? Oh, it's a turret. Interesting. Looks like a giant gear. I guess that's kind of cool. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But it also doesn't really like break your immersion because it, you know, it doesn't look any different from inside. It's just if you screw up and you leave both the doors open for a second, or if like you have a sensor and the timing's just not quite right, you won't lose your air. So it's still cool to have the airlock. Like it looks like an airlock and you can even have it functioning. Like on a lot of my ships I have functional airlocks, but I still have some sort of feature that makes it impossible for the air to escape from the rest of my ship. Because, you know, why not if you can have both? Both the function and the form. Alright, I gotta get back inside. I feel like there's a ton I haven't seen. Move forwards from here. Is there anything above here? I'm guessing not. I kind of like the lighting. It's really dark, but I guess that's not bad. Is this a... I'm guessing these are like private quarters. Okay. That kind of makes sense for it to be nice and dark and sleep. Sketchy hallway though. Assume this is the same on the other side. That's what happens when you build big ships. You're like, oh wait, I had things there. I have like one very large ship I've built and it was a long time ago. And now when I look through it, I get lost looking through it. Because I'm like super convoluted. It was not streamlined. It was one of my earlier builds. I just have like rooms tucked away everywhere in it. It's a pretty nice main control seat. Ah, I wish you could actually see down there. Oh, I like the ladders. Got some monkey bars there. Yeah. Level this thing out a little bit. Pretty cool. Alright, I gotta head to the back now. I think I've seen the back. I also feel like there should be something down here that I'm missing. Maybe not though. Like something below this deck. I guess I'm lower in the ship than I thought I was. Okay, yeah, I went up here already. That's where I came in. This is just access to that. Is everything behind here? Thrusters and cargo, maybe? What's inside here? Oh, thrusters, duh. Okay, yeah. These are the main drive pods. Okay, yeah. That's kind of what I figured. It's pretty cool. I like the color choices too. cars on the other side. How do you get to that from inside? I guess I'll find out. Okay, drive up here. Magnetic plates to hold it in place. Always good. Lots of them, holy cow. There was a sneaky ladder. Where's this ladder go to? Don't trip. Okay, that's where this goes. Okay. Is this legal? I'm not ruining anything by doing that, right? I assume that's actually what this path is for, that I didn't realize before. Right? Just like slap some catwalks down here. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Oh no, that's the end one. I don't know why I'm doing this. There's actually no reason to be doing this. There you go. Oh, that hole is intentional. It would cost too much to put a catwalk in there, so they just don't. They have their employees jump. It's like literally having employees fall through the cracks. That's how they weed out their crew. They don't like test them beforehand. They just like hire random people and then put them on their ship. And if you survive like a month, then you're like hired. That's cool. Hey, look at this. Looks cool too. Getting lots of ideas for like rebooting. That's something I gotta get better at, for sure. I kind of struggle. It's never been like a really high priority for me, so it's not something I go out of my way to get better at. The only way I get better at it is actually just by looking at other people's builds, and then when I have a situation, I can just remember how somebody else did it instead of trying to come up with something myself. It's more efficient. We might have to flap to space for this one. Okay. Those look like drones almost. Alright. I see some hydrogen thrust on the back of it. Oh, there's some on the sides. There's no way this flies on a planet, right? Is this upside right? Yeah. We'll try it. Really? It does. Yeah, it looks crazy heavy, but it does. I didn't see these big thrusters. They're hidden in there. So it actually is fine. It's got to be light armor, though. There's no way, if this was heavy armor, that this would be flying. Also, I guess the little ships are helping. Their inertial dampeners are not turned off. Makes me worry a little bit. I guess they're spaced out enough that they don't damage each other, but they're going to be fighting the main ship whenever you try and move. They look like drones. Yeah, I don't see a way to get in and sit in them. So, they must be drones, right? Oh, I get it. This is like a ammo reel plugged into the side. That is interesting. I've never thought of using that again. That's kind of neat. Oh, I guess I could look through. I'm gonna try and get to the front. Maybe like land this or something. Ooh. Zoom. We're cruising. It doesn't stop very fast with just 6 little thrusters going forwards, unless there's some hidden. Can I land this on the ice lake? No. Turrets would be in the way. Yeah, that's fine. Just level it and leave it here. Really wants to just keep rotating whichever way I spin it. Okay. Pretty decent. It looks like it has like plated armor on the sides to really protect it. The heck is this? What is this block? I'm like crazy. Oh, it's a thruster with the caps on it. I never see these things. Still relatively new. This is definitely not an airtight compartment because the thrusters are right there. So is this airtight, or do they just not care about airtightness? I don't think. There's no air in here, so I guess maybe this person doesn't play with airtightness enabled. Interesting. Got our cryo sleep, programmable. Wait, is this programmable block? Okay, it is. I'm really leering to the left here. We have a lot of sleeping quarters in this, which is interesting because it only has one control seat. I suppose if you have a bunch of remote control fighters, you need all your fighter pilots. Oh no, ladders. My arch nemesis. Cockpit not set. Is that the targeting script that says that? Oh, hello. What's going on in here? Oh, is this something that can launch vertically? I'm gonna blow this up because I'm on a planet. Yes, I mean they're necessary when you don't have a jetpack. Missile bay doors. These are missiles. Open the doors. They're ion. So I guess maybe I'll go to space and then I'll launch them. As tempting as it is to hit the button now, I will refrain. Ugh. Oh, there's a bathroom halfway up the ladder. I guess that's a good place to hide a bathroom. I don't know how you get injured people. Like if you have an injured crew, how do they get to the bathroom? They can't go up and down the ladder. A little bit of access. Yeah, this person doesn't believe in airtightness in the least bit. That's what I'm getting from this ship. Also, the ship is tilted enough that it's now moving. I was looking through Keen's website where they, like, you report bugs and whatnot, and this is listed under fixed. Inertial dampeners not being able to handle subgrids is listed under fixed, which, like, maybe this is a different case because this isn't subgrids, this is attached grids, but I know for a fact that subgrids still cause drift and leering and tilting and all sorts of problems when you're in gravity. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're flying it, as long as you're piloting it, I'd say it's planet ready. You probably don't want to leave it on its own. We'll see if it's stable enough for you to convert to station in midair. And if you can do that, I'm going to say it's good enough. Yeah, it's not stable enough. Maybe if the little ships weren't thrusting, that very well could make a difference. These look like they can fly on a planet, though. Barely. I want to control one, though. How do I do that? There's a terminal for the missiles. These don't have remote controls. Or they don't have antennas that are on, something like that. I don't get that. The missiles have remote controls, but these don't. I'm not entirely certain how to use these. I'm sure they function in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know how. I'm gonna take this up to space. I'm not sure, honestly. I'll check to see if they have cockpits or control seats or something. I just don't see any, and I don't see any way to get into them from the outside. But I could just be missing something, like they could be buried in here, like underneath here. That's just greebling. In here? I'll check. If there's an open connection point I can look into. There is a cockpit in this. How do I get to it? Where is it? There's a normal cockpit in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so you get in it from down here. Excellent. And you look down a pipe, but that's okay. Oh. The neon lights killed my turret trying to pull out. That's alright. Okay. It doesn't look like it has a lot of thrust, but assuming it has like internal thrust, because it's handling better than the number of thrusters should be causing it to handle. There's a lot of turrets on it. I'm missing one already up top here, but it had 4 of these autocannon turrets. I think that's what those are. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to DM me anything, you're welcome to. I will take a look. How many of these does it have? 4, it looks like? Oh wait, no, 6. It's a pretty good number. I'll put a lot of fire with 6 of them. It's a respectable fighter. Very similar in that the hydrogen tank is completely exposed, so it's similar to some of my fighters in that way. But does it have backup like small hydrogen tanks? They got a lot of room in this, I assume they would. No, that's their only hydrogen tank. This is this one right here. Oh, I forgot how to get in it. So right here. Wait a second. And it still flies fine. Could be that I'm in creative mode. Let's give it a crash test. Oddly enough, the fighter really didn't take like hardly any damage. The railguns are gone. Yeah, surprising. Usually small grids crunch pretty hard when they hit large grids, but that one survived pretty good. Not bad. I do like it. I like airtightness, so I guess for me that's kind of a thing I look for, but if you don't care, that's also totally fine. Airtightness is not a necessity. Lots of people play with it turned off. I do think you have a security issue though in the back of your ship where people can just fly into the interior through your thrusters. This worries me a little bit on a multiplayer server. Yeah, as janky as airtightness is, if you play the game in survival, I think it's pretty cool. It adds another element to engineer around, and for me, overcoming those weird challenges is kind of fun. A lot of what I like in the game. I wish airtightness made more sense with certain blocks, but I will put up with it. Correctly so. And not much defense against a player just flying up to your ship and walking into it. Alright, there's an interior turret here. Or no, that's... What the hell is this? Oh, this is a subgrid autocannon turret, so that's... I don't know how good those work against players, but... Yeah, it's more of a carrier for a couple fighters. The fighters themselves are fine. The large grid ship could probably do with a few more guns and a few more defenses in different places, but it's pretty cool. Oh shoot, I didn't fire the missile. Well, I'll leave this one out here, and then I'll spawn the new one in, and we'll fire the missiles and see if they track onto the new one or something, or if I can drive them into the other one. Go back up a little bit so these ships don't shoot each other. Oh yeah, I thought I had you guys turned off. What the heck? Well, there's a target for the missiles. The explosions. Alright. I'm gonna spawn this other ship in though. I'm gonna look at the of it. You can do it, Steam. I subscribed. Show me the blueprint. Gosh, this is gonna break my PC, isn't it? Oh, dear Lord. It's massive. Glorious. Mostly just the exterior shell, it looks like. But I'm gonna fly around it a little bit. I really like the way the outside looks so far. Yeah, I'm waiting for my graphics driver to just crash while I'm doing this. Really, the interior is actually done. Damn. This is a proper large grid. And I 100% approve of the overall shape. It is the slight wedge brick, but the greebling and design and the patterns and the colors all make it look super good. I like this a lot. I like the way it looks a lot. I mean, obviously having jump drives, you know, open to fire, maybe not the safest thing, but it looks super cool. And if it's not a military vessel, then I see nothing wrong with it. And I would say this doesn't look like a military. Oh, it's got some guns on it, but it's not like plated in guns, you know, typical SE style. Can you walk to this? How do I get onto this landing area, or is this just for drones or other ships? I guess you could have drones parked there, or just another ship if it's like refueling or dropping something off and you're not exchanging crew. I think that's also acceptable. Tucked in gun there. Oh, this bothers me so much. I mean, it doesn't look bad because it's plated enough times, but like, the line's not lining up. Drives me kind of crazy. I don't think there's anything you can do about that, unfortunately. Docking areas where you can drop into stuff. Can I... can't quite walk around the edges. But you can fly in. We'll get to the inside eventually. Oh, the gyro block. Yeah. Yeah, that feels about right. Build a big ship. 1,000 gyros later. Is this a, okay. This looks like some sort of, what is this? Does this extend down? This bottom half? There's a hinge. Okay. Okay. Extending printer. Okay. That's pretty cool. Couple hinges. Nice. That's pretty neat. Do you have like ships that you have designed to be printable with this, or is it just anything you want? You got a bunch of welders. Look at all those thruster packs just stacked on there. Like the ship was designed out of mass-produced segments, and then like they just bought a whole bunch of thruster packs and stuck them together. Like it gives it a very like not really industrial, but like late or like mid early space age, where you have like interchangeable ship parts and you can kind of just like buy them, and then if you have a good engineer you can like attach them however you want and make a giant ship if you want. It's a lot of gyros, but I guarantee that you need that many gyros at least for a ship this big, and those are all placed way at the back, so they're going to be less effective than placing them in the middle, so you're going to need a whole lot of them. One is all you need? You wouldn't even be able to make this turn with just one. There's no way. I could imagine flying in here with like a ship. That'd be super cool. Can I walk around? It's not very walking friendly in a lot of these areas. What is this? What in the actual heck is this? Does this do anything? Does this work? Can you spin the gyros to make yourself turn faster? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That's kind of cool. I haven't experimented with that kind of thing at all. I literally just ran into this window thinking I could go through it. Oops. I like this main hangar area. Very nice. Again, rounded blocks in combination with these. Looks really good. It's another one of those things I'm going to have to remember. Rotating works better than actually moving them. I believe it. They're really heavy. A lot of doors. Lots of people coming and going, I guess. What the? Okay. I'll allow it. Another one of those places you could you can make this 100% airtight with like a curved window or something up here. Okay, we got plants on the ceiling. I'm sure they're happy up there. Turn my lights off just so I get the ambient lighting. Wait, why is this light on the floor and not the ceiling? Is the ceiling half block? No. You gotta explain this to me. What was the design choice of making there a floor light when you have flat ceiling to put the light on? Wait, oh, this, so like this side of the hangar is still work in progress? This looks super cool, by the way. And you put the window on the proper side so you can put like benches and stuff here, whatever you want. Okay, yeah, it's still work in progress. That makes sense. I'm gonna just ignore the ground light then. I don't think there's anything wrong with ground lights if there's like a reason for it, or if they're flush with the ground. I actually do this all the time with the ramps, except I always grind these down to make them like I think yours look just fine as being yellow because it fits the whole look of your ship, but I don't know, I always grind them down so they look like railings. It's just like my preferred way of doing it, I guess. Not a big deal. Dance floor, wait, where's the dance floor? Oh, there's a bank. Yeah, I figured there's these, this credit thing over here. Oh, I got some ATMs, okay. Cool. Look at all this, I gotta start using these blocks too, I haven't used these yet. Light on the floor could be a dance floor, okay. What you need to do, so I've actually done this before, right? You have, the large grid, what is it? It's not the remote controller, it's the thing that lets you control subgrid turrets. What's that block called? Whatever it is, this block. Yeah, so you have this, and then you put an LCD on the ground right here. I should show you guys this. This is what a friend and I always used to do. As soon as this block came out, we put this here, and then we changed all these with custom images to make it look like a DDR machine. Yeah, exactly. DDR, man. And we have like arrows flashing and like the DDR screen there, and then you have the arrows on the ground. It is actually hilarious. It looks exactly like a DDR like arcade machine. So that's how we control all of our turrets. That's like the meme in my faction, is that the reason we can't hit anything is because we control our turrets with DDR machines. And that all like the crew's just standing there like stomping, trying to like shoot fighters down and whatnot. It's hilarious. They look great though. I'll have to paste in my ship that has that. Love the new signs. Ooh, spacious. I like that. I do this as well a lot too. I use these as ground light strips. I put them upside down. They work really well in lots of locations. This is nice and sneaky. Got your health center. Holy cow, it just keeps going and going. This ship is so big. I like this cafeteria area. I guess you're eating plants, though. Like, wait, is this? I guess this is just a locker area. I thought that was like a serving area. Where do you get your food from? No access. I haven't seen this sign before. There's a restaurant? But where? I'll find it. I'm gonna look around a little more. Okay, so this is an airlock. Goes into some sort of science room. Oh, these look cool like that. Yeah, these look cool. Hey, what is this block on the bottom? Oh, it's the light. That's neat. That's a cool combination there. They look very good. They look like big vats. If you've ever played 7 Days to Die, this reminds me of like the vats that the zombies come out of. It's pretty cool. That's probably what's in there. Space zombies. Nice. Spacious lab with not a lot of work tables. You have like one desk over here. Every lab I've been in is just like tables everywhere. But I've mostly been in optics labs, so I don't know. Maybe it's different for other labs. Like there's all these signs, automated turrets beyond this point. Like, don't go through this wall because there's automated turrets. Or is it just like, don't go behind the bar? Or the restaurant. You're definitely getting fed plants in this restaurant. Like, they serve salads and cola and coffee, and that's it. Maybe these are like the coffee bean plants. Space coffee beans. Like little mini things. Okay, or like tea plants. They just like fresh tea leaf and they brew it up for you. I could see that being a thing. You'd have to get new plants like every morning though, if you're tearing the leaves off all day. They'll like brew it up, but they put like one leaf off the plant and they like float it in the top of your drink. Yeah, there isn't meat, true. I'm actually just like lost now. Okay, this goes, so these doors go down, the outside doors go down. This is a completely different direction, and the inside doors go up. Where's this one go? Well, it's like a maintenance elevator hatch area. Okay, so this goes the same place as that, kind of. Wait, it does actually go the same place. You just don't have to zigzag. You can keep going up and down the stairs. This is in its own little domed area. Keeps going. Okay, this is a different block for air tightness reasons. That makes sense. Okay, so this is where they have all the plants. Where all your space coffee's coming from. Store block. This is a really nice ship. I know it's not done, but it's already really nice, so. Very cool. Very detailed. Whoa. The super meeting room. That makes me uncomfortable though. The raised interior of the table. Why is that a thing? It's like you sit in the chair and like you can, if there's a short person across from you, you can't see them. So, I feel like breaking things every time I do this. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm gonna do this. There are a couple blocks that actually fit in there. I think one is, like the console blocks work super good in here. But I don't know if you want to place, like these are technically projectors, so I don't know if you want to place like a trillion of these. It does look more like a war room if you do that though. Yeah, it's high PC. Yeah, I know. Like, exactly, the projector blocks, like, you probably don't want to place a ton of them. The air vent is a little bit too tall. Here's the thing, though. So they're high PCU, but if you have a high PCU block and you grind it below the hack, this right here is 1 PCU. 100%. Until it's welded, all blocks are 1 PCU. So you could have these blocks and just not weld them fully if you're worried about the PCU. Trick. Trick of the day. It's a trick that lets you build more things on servers that have high PCU. So you can build like a whole bunch of ships, fighters or like combat ships, and then when you're not in combat, what you can do is you can grind all the turrets down to just below hacked, and that saves you like half the PCU of the ship, and then you can like build a whole nother ship. And then only on the ship that you're currently using, you weld up the welders, or weld up the like functional blocks and whatnot. The key ones, usually the turrets, and like if you have missile guns or whatever, they take up a lot of PCU. But yeah, you could have this, and this is 1 PCU right now, and it still looks pretty darn good. It might even look better. So, worth thinking about. And this is that window that I ran into before thinking I could fly through it. Okay. It's starting to make sense. I'm getting like the layout of the ship worked out in my head slowly. The front area where it's like staggered decks is still a little confusing to me, but I'm getting there. It makes enough sense that I'm remembering it for the most part. Got a bit of a war room in here. Lots of guns. And I assume there'll be a light up there at some point. Cool. Interesting place to have an armory. It's like kind of sneaky. I gotta go check that other door. Do a thorough job. It might be something different on the other side. Okay, it's not. It's the same thing. That's fine. Yeah, there's no garden blocks. I suppose you could put like the racks, the tool rack. I don't remember what they're actually called. You could put like the shelves instead of the guns, you know? And then it just looks like a general like maintenance area. I don't know. Just like instead of where the guns are, maybe just put those. Like might be more fitting. Or like a garden shed. It makes sense to have these things if you're working with like biological stuff. To have some sort of suits so you don't contaminate things. Airlock? Landing area. Oh, here we go. Outside the ship. And it is a landing area. Oh my gosh, I'm only this far forwards. There's so much more. I'm gonna go back inside. Wait, I didn't get to the bridge ever. I will find my way. Is there a way to continue going up? Yes. Here we go. Ah, the spacious view. Detailing yet to be complete. I like this. I actually do like this. With the trim around it. Makes them feel less awkward, like they're just sitting in the middle of a room. And this is a airlock. Excellent. Oh, this works really well too, actually, for covering the staircase. I usually just use railings, but this is a way of making it airtight. That's actually really nice. Using this block right here. Cool. I might use that too in the future. Very nice design. I gotta remember which way I'm facing. Am I facing the front of the ship right now? So I need to go down and that direction to get to stuff I haven't been to yet. Wait, is this the only way up here? It is. It looks like it is, at least. That's fine. Glad I checked. So down, and now we need to go forward. So I guess we were in some of this before. We haven't gone down here, I don't think. No, we have not? Question mark? That's that hangar. We still have a long ways to go. Missing anything up here? Ah, just a big window. Let's find that room with the window. Whoa, medical area. Walk through the medical area here. Get to the stairs. Okay, wait, I was here before. Was I? No, I wasn't. Oh, I was right here and then I went down and back. I remember. I thought I was just gonna walk off a cliff. That's kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Stepping out of this door and then it's just space below you. Open space in the front. Trade zone. Interesting. This is the funniest door in the world. Could you imagine opening that? You're like looking for the right access panel, you get here and you like set down your toolbox, open the panel, and it's just... you just face palm me like, well, I'm at the wrong access panel apparently. That's like Stormtrooper design right there, man. They put an access panel on like a blank wall, because that's where it said it was supposed to go on the ship design. And at some point, they changed the ship design, and there was no longer like electronics behind there, but they didn't remove the access panel in the blueprint, so it was still made. I love it. All right, we got some open area, exterior area, with a gun actually protecting it. Oh, okay. Lots of open space. Oh dear. You can do it, mag boots. Oh, this is nice. It's nice to have something open so you don't have to let people into your ship in order to do trades and whatnot. Whoa. Oh, blast doors again. It always throws me off when there's this little gap, but it's kind of nice, honestly. Yeah, I figured. You got the gravity kind of like centered right here-ish, and then it reaches all the way to the back, but not the front. I think I have like 1 or 2 ships that are that long where I had to have 2 gravity generators. This one might even need 3 for this one. This is a big ship. I like these little antenna-like things. The hinges and rotors and all sorts of stuff up here. Another welder wall. Grinder wall, actually. Yeah. Still needs to be set up. Well, it looks pretty cool. All the moving parts. This, I imagine this just like crunches things down, pushes them into the grinder. Which is kind of neat. Nice. Pretty cool looking ship. Not quite complete, but when it is done, it's going to be absolutely amazing. What's the PCU on this bad boy? $64,000? Okay. 20,000 blocks? Sounds about right. It's going to be like 70,000, 80,000 PCU when it's done. These are the kind of things I wish the game could handle smoothly. Because I think flying around in a ship like that with like a crew of 50 people would be awesome. But neither of those are really options in the game. At least on servers in my experience. Really cool ship though. I like your overall like design aesthetic. Yeah, this is way bigger than anything I design nowadays. All my designs nowadays are like specifically for being able to build them on servers in survival. Crew hall? Where did I miss the crew hall? I'm sure I missed something in this massive thing. I saw this. Where? Oh, where? Enter rear lower hanger. This one? Oh, like bottom. Is that what you mean? This is the printer. Oh, this thing? Heck. How did I even get here? This. Oh, this is where I was like, oh, we're gonna look at the inside later. Oh, I did miss this area. How do I get to this area from the inside? Oh, it was this door. Shoot, that actually makes sense. It comes out into the cafeteria. Like one of the few doors I missed. It's like a nice lounge area. Rooms on either side, I assume? Yep. Rounded rooms. Pretty cool. Oh, whoa. Ugh. In case you want to do some parkour on your free time, I'm sure you could fit some catwalks and a whole bunch more like beds and stuff on this second layer. I've done that a lot in 2-floor rooms. You can really cram a lot into them. It's surprising. These are all similar. Yep. Nice. Now did I get everything? I feel like I got everything this time. I could definitely be wrong though. Just hop out of the ship. Where's that other ship? I'm gonna... do that real quick, and then I will give this ship to the spiders or something. Right, excellent. Now let's try those missiles on that other ship. Suckers. That sounds dangerous. I think I need to blow it up. That sounds safer to me. I have no idea how to operate this stuff on this ship though, so I'm hoping it's just set up on here. Yeah, see, I have no idea how to use this. So, it says there's 8 of them though. So yeah, some on top, some on the bottom. Looks like all the doors are open. I don't know. I'm gonna push 7 and I'm gonna push 8. I have no idea. They're on the hotbar, so they must be something you should push. They don't seem to be doing anything though. Maybe that was a mistake. I really don't know. Try it again. Okay, we got about a million more things I can push. Oh, is this... Will this extend the missiles? I did see pistons. Oh no, this is... Side pistons, never mind. I use that same system for some things. Yeah. It's massive now. I really wish I knew how to use these missiles. I think if I look at them, I might get a better idea of what needs to happen in order to launch them. No guarantee, though. God, why does it have... You know what, these look like... They look like remote control missiles. They don't look like, AI missiles. Yeah, LiDAR. Redundant LiDAR? Okay. Makes sense. I don't see the new AI blocks on this anywhere. So, I think these are just missiles that you're supposed to take control of and remote control in and crash that way. Which I'm okay with. They have programmable blocks on them though, which was making me think that they would work some other way. I'm trying to get back somewhere that I don't know how to get to again. Go to the main control seat. Somewhat linear to the main control seat. I do like that. So Missile 1 has 100 cameras, a couple gyros. What is the programmable block doing? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's doing. But... yeah, you know what? Unless this person sends me instructions on how to use them, I don't think I'm gonna get this working. Aside from maybe just detaching a missile manually and then controlling it. It's just hooked up with that merge block. So I should be able to fly this one, theoretically. It also has no side-to-side thrust. Yeah, we're not going to do it. There's different missiles we can use. I'll spawn in one of my ships that actually has guided missiles. What is it called? This is my, one of my very few warships I've built. Yeah, this one. This was for the April build event, which I still haven't made the walkthrough video for, which is, we won't talk about that. Hopefully I'll get around to doing that soon. I just keep getting distracted with other things. see how the missiles do. I mean, I wonder. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, I mean the missiles put holes in things, but that was weird that it like took me out of the camera when they blew up. That ship isn't really like doesn't have a lot of guns, though none of the guns fired, which was kind of strange. Maybe because I'm untargetable? Is that a thing? Yeah, just the sheer size of this ship would make it take forever to actually completely disable. I don't even know what I would aim at. Like looking at this thing, I'd be like, oh, well, that's a really big ship. I think I'm just not going to fire on it. I'd be like, that'd be much cooler to just take a tour of than to try and shoot down. Oh, they're turned off. Well, it's hard to fire on things when they're turned off. This is true. I'll send a couple more missiles in. Maybe I can actually see them blow up instead of getting kicked out of my camera for no reason. Where are these ones going? Wait, where are these going? These missiles, they just decided to nope out of here. I have no idea where these missiles are going. AI, what are you doing? Okay, well, that's a huge question mark. I know what it is. They weren't transferred to me. Yeah, they're like, we will not anger the beast. And they just flew off into the sunset. I have no idea what they're doing down there. I think it's because this ship I just spawned in wasn't, the ownership wasn't right on it. We'll see. Launch another set and see if these ones also just retarget to nothing. It doesn't even look like they're targeting it yet. Oh yeah, they are. Look at that. They're just like, nah. That's kind of glitchy. And weird. And these other ones didn't retarget at all. Super weird. Yeah, whatever. The missiles work in survival. That's all I really care about. I have no idea why they're not targeting right now. Alright, let's clean this up. Do is I'll load up my rover testing world and we'll try and drive the rover around my track there. Why am I so far away all the time from where I'm supposed to be? We'll just start in the middle of the course. Yeah. That's like my builds that I started a long time ago. All the old versions are pretty rough. A lot of them don't even have paint jobs, so probably shouldn't be surprising that they're gross to look at. Oh my god, what am I looking at? That was weird. I didn't notice that on the screenshot. Alright. A little scary because they all turn, but it is wide and pretty low to the ground, so that might be okay. Well, we'll find out soon. I'm in the middle of the course, though. Yeah. Making them pretty is less important in my opinion. Oh, this has no gyros. Is not going to be happy on the... Oh, it has gyros. Never mind. Okay. Making ships pretty is an afterthought for me, usually. But I'm getting better and better at doing it as an afterthought, so... Everyone does it differently. Sometimes, like, a lot of people that make really pretty looking ships, they design the pretty parts first. So they'll do, like, the exterior or, like, certain key rooms that they really want to look nice, and then they'll, like, pack in the rest of it and have a bunch of empty space. And that's completely fine if that's how you like building ships, but I've always been the other way around, where I've built for, like, I pack in all the function and then I try and make it look nice after, which is why a lot of my grids look like, yeah. I mean, your ships look really nice. It's usually when you see a ship and you're like, wow, that looks really good from the outside. A lot of those, it's like, yeah, it's not the most efficient on the inside, and I think I'm trying to, like, strike a balance between the two recently, but I always end up hacking the interior as, like, tightly as possible, and my grids always end up looking like bricks. The April, the battleship that I just showed, is like one of the few ships that I was somewhat conscious about making it look decent and not making it into, like, the shape of a brick. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This feels pretty good to drive, honestly. I'm push to talking with one of my driving fingers while driving this, and I'm still, like, just fine on this course. Yeah, spacing between your functional blocks makes it a lot easier to make it look nice at the end. It also gives you padding for if you need to, like, shift everything over 1 or 2 blocks. So it's definitely good practice if you can afford to do it. Uses a little bit more PCU because you had to add a few more connectors and stuff in the gaps, but it can be really nice. Ooh. Plot armor is also important. It's the strongest kind of armor, honestly. The game's a sandbox game, so, like, it doesn't matter how you build, as long as you're having fun, you're doing it right. There's no, like, wrong way to build things in Space Engineers. People always argue over, like, what's meta and what's good and what's not. It's like, as long as you're having fun, you did a really good job. I don't know. Unless you're playing on a PvP server and like PvP is your main focus, then maybe someone could be like, hey, you're doing it wrong. But if you're just playing the game to have fun, as long as you're having fun, you're probably alright. Pretty cool. And completely intact after about half a lap. Little exhaust pipe. No, there has been, as far as I know, there's been no PvP that wasn't, like both sides agreed to it beforehand. I like this. It's set up for the wheels on the front here. I do like it. Nice bar. And you've got the, like, casing stuff around the wheels, but it's not so far out that it actually disturbs the wheels, which is very good. A lot of times I see this directly above the wheel and I just shake my head because I know the wheel's going to catch on it the first time it hits a bump. So I definitely approve of this because it has the same kind of like, it's got the cool look, but it's still 100% functional. I can almost roll this thing just turning a tight circle though, which is a little bit scary. Alright, we're going to take this on a proper test run around the track. And it's pretty satisfying to drive in first person too, which I like. It has just enough gyros that I can always land upright. It's not overboard on the gyros. I still think I could do a backflip with it. I might try that, but maybe on the next jump I'll try and do a backflip, not this one. I don't know. Will I have enough speed? I'm gonna try it. Oh yeah. Plenty. Apparently one is all you need. I usually have more than one in case I crash and my one breaks and I can't flip myself back over, but I think in most books I go overboard on the gyros on cars. I'd rather have too many in survival scenarios and just not be able to crash. Yeah, this thing corners really nicely. It's wide enough. Oh, look, there's a giant hole. Not ideal. Yeah. It only crashes dramatically. There's no half measures when it comes to blowing up. I've thought about having grids with the new event controller on them and just like checking if blocks take damage, and if they take damage I just detonate a warhead. It's like, you took damage, it's over. That would be kind of funny. Like, I guess it would kind of make sense if you're like if your cockpit, your only control block breaks and you're in like a fighter jet. I think that'd be kind of cool to have it just evaporate. You only die dramatically. That'd be fun for PvP events. Just make people actually blow up a little bit more often. Is this enough of a cliff? The wheels are close enough, it has a lot of them, so you have plenty of contact with the ground, and I assume the power is cranked up. The power actually isn't nice. Someone's ship. It's just floating there. Yeah, I mean, it's happened to people before. Yeah, that's like one of the blocks I would, oh god, would definitely consider doing that for. Okay, roll test. Impromptu roll test. Yeah, one gyro's enough to just flip it back over pretty conveniently. It still drives fine. Everything was cosmetic that broke. I think I'm missing the front left wheel. Definitely not cosmetic, but it feels fine. This is the laggy part of the track. I thought I would feel the front left corner digging in when I turned to the right with that wheel being gone, but the second wheel on the left is close enough to the front that it's not actually happening. It still feels really stable without the front left wheel. I would actually rate this rover fairly highly, I think. It feels really good to drive, even when broken a little bit. I think it probably could be like more durable for if you did roll, but it's really good. It's a really good rover. Better than a lot of the ones I see on the workshop, which look nice but like just aren't functional. This one looks nice and is functional, so I approve. And because all the wheels turn, losing that front left wheel hasn't really affected the steering at all. It's probably a weakness that a lot of my rovers have because I use front wheel steering on most of my rovers. So if I lose one of the steering wheels, you can usually notice right away that it's gone. This rover is like slightly less durable, but it has redundancies that cover for it. Oh, I did it, didn't I? I always do this on this course. Oh, I hit it with the wheels, so it's okay. Nice recovery. You can use heavy armor for the bottom, but it's too expensive. Yeah, you need the stupid metal grids. Just kind of annoying if you don't have cobalt right away. So I understand why you didn't use heavy armor. Sounds like an RC car when I rev the wheels. Kind of weird. It's doing great on the course though. I have no complaints about this. Ooh. Just the driving. The driving's a little bit bad. My driving. The vehicle itself is fine. I would race with this car around this track. I think it'd be fun. We need to set up a racetrack of some sort on the server so that we can meet up and do that. I'd have a blast just racing cars every now and then. That's a pretty good one. Pretty good vehicle. It's even got some side seats for people. Like, that's a great starting car. What all does it have on it? I should spawn a new one. See, you've got your ore detector. You have like, it's pretty good. Couple small tanks. Ah, nice and packed. I like it. These are your hydrogen tanks, okay. H2O2. You have a remote control, which is always nice. Do you have a camera? You don't have a camera. What do you use the remote control for? Oh, I like this. Weapon racks behind the little grate. Yeah, it's alright. You could slap a camera on here somewhere. Now you have the nice camera option to the new one, though. Yeah, I don't know where you would fit it. I mean, you could put a forward-facing camera on the front, but then you're like losing your thing there, which is a little unfortunate. Otherwise, this looks pretty nice. I definitely like it. One of the better rovers I've tested on the track, for sure. I think there was one other vehicle, ground vehicle. Ah, I found it. Alright, this is a tank. This is not going to work on this. But we will take a look. It's a hover tank. Okay, maybe it will be okay. Boing, boing, boing. I thought these were going to be like actually wheels, in which case that never works, but they're once again the floating wheels. Holy moly. That's a lot of balls. How do I get in? Oh, there we go. You're in a cockpit surrounded by balls. How does that make you feel? HP. Is that what they're for? I thought it was just for the memes. I honestly don't know. I could have swore it was just heavy. Can't do... Can't turn. Holy moly, that's not what I thought it would do. I just fired the railgun. Apparently that's what pressing 1 does. This is one of those vehicles again, like, I don't know. How do I drive it? Because I can't seem to move at all right now. I can wiggle a little bit, but it doesn't... It's trying to go forwards. Maybe the friction is just really high on the wheels. Oh, is that what that button does? No. Skids. It's just labeled skids. Come on, people. Be descriptive with your naming. Ugh. I just want to know how it works. What does the piston do? We're just going to try all the different things and see what they do. 6. Pressing 6 seems to... Oh, I'm assuming that locks it. Yeah, roto lock, piston reverse, searchlight control, top camera view. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now we've got... Oh, it doesn't... Oh, so this is for like... I can angle the gun and whatnot, but... I don't have a camera on the gun to see where it's actually aiming. I guess it's for lobbing your shots? Why is... I'm controlling the turret right now. And then when I press 4, it takes me to this camera. I think that's a mistake. I think it's supposed to be taking me to the other camera. Maybe not, though. So we have turret control. Now if we go to the other page and press 4, we can... Oh my lord. We can kind of see where we're firing. Can I shoot this? Yeah, okay, well, that works. Needs a little bit more hotbar setup, apparently. Pressed F a few too many times. Alright, let's straighten out. Wow, this is so confusing to actually use. Oh my lord. I'm having a really hard time controlling this. Somebody more experienced, maybe, could do it. Friction is at 0. They must be braked. We're just going to not allow braking for any of them. 5. The wheels are sticking. I've never had luck trying to drive anybody's tank that they've built. They spawn them in and then they can like drive them around and stuff, but it's not self-explanatory, that's for sure. Yeah, like I'm sure it works, I just don't know how to operate it. I don't have a lot of experience with operating these type of tank-like things. I don't understand at all why the wheels are still sticking when I have 0 friction and I have it checked so that they can't brake. The handbrake's not on. I'm sure it works. It's just one of those things that I would have to have the person who built it come in and show me how to use it. Looks kind of cool. I think definitely putting the wheels like that is probably a lot more functional than trying to use them the right way. Like if these were actually just skids, which, you know, they're obviously intended to be because that's what they're named. So, yeah, I just don't know how to work it, unfortunately. I really wanted to try and drive this around the course, but I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. Oh, and the thrusters are turned on. Really, half the time I paste in things like this, and like the person saved it as a blueprint with the thrusters off or like inertial dampeners off. Spawncraft looks really cool. It actually fits this like per-tam theme really well. Like a duster ship. Pretty cool. I think I've liked all of your ships so far, like the way they look. Even got a landing pad up top, something small. Can you climb up it from the landed position? I don't see how you would do that. Ugh. If I was good at parkour, I could parkour, but yeah, jetpack, that's how you do it. Okay. I'm not good. Oh, this looks so weird. For a second, I thought I was just gonna walk out the front like there's an airlock that just went nowhere. That's kind of funny. This is the same kind of entryway I have into one of my ships. Except I decided to straight up forgo the whole airlock thing because the window is airtight. Feels bad because it's not immersive, but I didn't have room, so I was like, you know what, we'll just end that, it's okay. This is nice and compact, and it has all the stuffs you would want. Bed, air, bathroom. A clock? Oh, that's the survival kit. I'm like, what is this? Things that's just upside down and I can't recognize it. Sideways suit. I approve. Nice. Super nice and compact. And I bet it feels pretty darn good to fly. And I like that you have oxygen production on it. That's really good for a starter ship. Whips around nicely. Ooh. Dramatic explosion. Check. Oh my crater. I forgot how big craters are when you have large grids. It is able to fly. I'm just not able to fly it. Oh, that's pretty silly. I did not need to crash that. I thought I would be able to pull up a lot faster than I was because I'm not familiar with the ship, but this is its vertical acceleration on per-tam. Yeah. It flies on per-tam, but it might be scary if you have to go up all of a sudden because you're not going to. Maybe if you like tilt up and use both your forwards and your up thrusters, you can start going up relatively quickly. But at least it does fly on per-tam. I have a tendency to design a lot of my flying builds on Earth, and then I take them to per-tam to test them, and I'm like, this is not good. Yeah, it's perfectly good for like a starter ship, even just for like a cheap ship. This is the kind of ship I wish I could buy at like an NPC station. Like it looks cool, it's different, it's functional, but it's not like, you know, like an endgame ship that you're going to want to keep and never change. Like you might want to keep it to borrow to your buddies so they can like crash it or just have a ship to start, but like you're probably going to build something faster and a little bigger yourself. It's the perfect kind of NPC like shop ship, which is like partially why I wish you could set up your own ships to sell at like your own stations. Like if you have a blueprint, they should make it so that you can sell ships for credits, where you base like the price of the ship off of what types of blocks are on it. So you just put a price value on every type of block, and then a ship like this would be relatively cheap because it doesn't have like a jump drive and a whole bunch of ion thrusters and things that cost expensive resources. Oh yeah, you could put tools up here, I suppose. It might be kind of hard to use with the fins here, but you could also just trim those back and modify this really easily, which is always a nice feature. Because that's the first thing people would do, is they probably like chop these off, chop that off, put a drill on, or 2 drills on. Especially if you spawn in space with it. And I like that it's all hydrogen because you can use it in space or on a planet. It can be just a universal spawn pod, which is nice. Is this the plastic armor? Never use this stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good starter ship. Or NPC ship. I would love to see these just like flying around. It's probably not high PCU or anything either because it's relatively simple. That's really nice. I'd love to see these flying around. And it has guns on it, so sure, you could probably fly up to it and hijack it, but it's at least going to fight back a bit. Excellent. Nice, yeah, and it's got the basic assembler and refinery too. Very cool. Do you have, what do you have for tanks? Just one of each. That's fine. Cool. I have like one small ship that's like this. It's actually just a converted NPC ship. It's the NPC prospector ship. A very similar style almost, but that's because this is just like straight up their generic thing, just modified into a combat ship instead. Yeah, like the super basic interior. Yeah, you'd need a lot less hydrogen to actually fly in space, so I'm sure it would work great for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with little ships. I wish this wasn't so loud when I sat inside of it, but it is. Yeah, it's the Prospector modified to be a pirate ship. I've done that with a number of the NPC ships. The ones that you can buy at stations. It's kind of a fun project to just like get one out and try and convert it. I don't know how similar it is anymore. Like the overall shape is pretty much the same, but I gutted the interior and swapped some stuff. Repainted it a little bit. Pretty cool though. Like these types of ships would be super awesome to have just flying around in the world. Random encounters and whatnot. Yeah, I did a quick conversion of the other one too. I don't remember, this is like the T80 or something. This one's actually more dramatic of a conversion, but turned it into a little pirate ship. This one's got a little bit more crew space. Actually kind of cushion here. It's a small connector onto a large grid. I have no idea how you would do it without using a hinge or a rotor. Like, is it even possible? Like, that's the only way to convert from one to the other, right? Small connector onto a large grid ship. I don't think you can without using a hinge or a rotor. Yeah, I didn't think so. A true ship. But can it fly? That is the question. Oh, it's small grid. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize this was small grid until I stepped on it. And I'm like, holy, wait. Oh, his actual ship boat. Oh, if I tilt back, I can fly. I'm gonna try it on like Earth or something, because it could just be that per tam's a bit much for it. Alright, we're gonna go to Earth and try this again. Where are you, Earth? Hello? Is this Earth? Boat, not ship. Yeah. Probably more accurate. We'll fly it through this river. I hope it flies here. Otherwise I'm going to just be very confused. Okay, we're gonna make modifications so that it can't fly. Because, yeah, it can't right now. It's so close. It's almost like this was designed for like a water mod playthrough. Oh my lord. Yeah, another 4 would probably be what I'm going for. I need to get it to like stay still though. I don't even think it has like side thrusters. I'm so confused. Like I don't, unless they're just hidden inside. I need to put this somewhere where it's not gonna roll. Or slide. Okay. Oh, don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Alright, let's go downstairs and just see what the heck's happening down here. Cargo storage, some engines, and a cube. What's inside the cube? It looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe. I'm rolling though. I need to do something. Where? Why? Why is this happening? I turned the inertial dampeners off. I don't understand. Frustrating. Let's go somewhere flat where I can't do that. I'm gonna make this thing work. And I also want to know, like, how did the person build this and test it in a scenario where it was working, if it's not working on Earth? Very confused. Ice lake time? If there's an ice lake nearby, I just don't feel like going in and doing that again. Flying around to find one. This will be flat enough. Right, so like, it has these up thrusters, which I'm going to go ahead and turn off. I guess I'm not turning them off, I'm just turning off the dampening. So just like, slap some more on. Oh, these are on subgrids. Maybe what it is they're not actually firing because I don't have like the subgrid control script actually functioning on this world, question mark. Because they are firing. They're firing regardless of the fact that I have inertial dampeners off. So as soon as I turn my dampeners back on, the thrusters on the main grid start firing, but I'm still just kind of doing whatever here. This is another one of those ones where the person who built it would have to explain it, because the side ones flip out, so I can go left and right. These ones flip, so I can go forward and backwards. I assume there was supposed to be enough thrusters inside the ship to lift it. Maybe? European. Europa build? That could be Europa or the other moon. What is it? Titan? They both have an atmosphere, technically. You could probably fly on those. It has a VTOL programmable block. I'm going to read the workshop description a little bit real quick and see if it does say where it's supposed to be used. Yeah, like this is kind of what I expected. It has some sort of script it's supposed to be running on, but I just don't have that. And I looked at the ship beforehand and it didn't say it required anything, any mods or anything on the workshop, so I'm just going to look real quick again. I can't do it. I can't do it. If it doesn't work when I paste it in, I just can't do it. If I had more time and patience to try and figure out how everyone makes their ships fly, I would, but I don't know. Yeah, this is another one of those situations where it definitely uses subgrid controls to fly. But it's not going to fly because I don't have like subgrid control. Like you have the programmable block is called blank, which threw me off. Subgrid thrust controller. Script? None, because I don't have the subgrid thrust controller mod. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get this to fly because now I have to go to the workshop and I have to put that on my world. I'll do it. I'll do it for this one. But, yeah. Maybe I don't have scripts enabled. That's a good point. It could just be my world options. Because before I've pasted these in, and as long as the script is in the... like the text for the script is in the block, it doesn't matter. I will check. That's something... I just set up this world, so that's something I could have overlooked. But I thought it was default on. Maybe it's default off. Oh, this isn't the world I just set up. This is my rover testing world. That explains a bit. Why am I in the mods? Isn't that in here somewhere, though? Enable scripts, like scripts enabled. Why can't they just, like, make things easy to find? It's not even alphabetical. I'm sure I just passed it. Go up. In-game scripts, that's what it's called. Okay, yeah, those are just off on this world. I wasn't in my my testing world anymore. I was in... Okay, get out of here. I was in the rover testing world. That was my problem. We'll paste a new one in. It'll work. I'll have to paste that boat back in. Maybe then I'll fix that. Ay, ay, ay. Typical. Always causing myself problems. I'm still having an issue. I think I still need the mod that puts it in the list. I didn't click OK. Oh my god. How is this happening? It gave me an error when I tried to click OK. But I was already out, like, in a slightly different menu, I thought, so wouldn't be an issue. The hell? Okay. Take 3. This this is typical when I'm trying to troubleshoot something. I go to do something and I don't actually do the thing. And then I come back, I'm like, why is it not working? This was me trying to figure out the AI blocks for the first time. It's like, in a nutshell, that's what it was like. Try and do something, don't end up doing it, end up doing like the wrong thing and then testing it, not figuring out why it wasn't working. Yeah. Fly, please. Aha! Glorious. Let's put that boat in here. That has a whole lot of clanging, but it's flying, so I don't care. I'm gonna fly away from the clang machine. Dang, this thing is nice and agile. Zoom. Ooh, what is clanging? I can hear it from here. Oh my gosh. This is cool. I like the detail around the thrusters. Very nice. I wish... Just like ogling at the bottom here. I wish scripts were easier on the game. I also wish like this subgrid control thing was a default script that you could use in the game. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. It's got like landing skids now. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, it looks really good like this. What all do you got on here? Looks like you got a lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of thrusters. It's a decent amount of cargo. Wouldn't complain about that. A couple O2s. Whoa, lots of rocket launchers. Oh, you do have two large tanks. Oh yeah, there they are. Oh, there's... Oh. It's just listed as hydrogen tank too. That threw me off. Okay, cool. Let's test out these rocket launchers. Do I have a camera? I guess I don't really need one because I can see out the front of my vehicle, at least a little bit. Like a nice spread on the guns. That'll show that boat. Except you only normally get 4 shots out of those, right? It's still clanging super hard. It's almost like it's trying to play a beat. It makes me think that the vehicle has like a clang drive that actually makes it fly. I really want to know what... You know what? I think it's just the hinge here. Yeah, look at that. It's the thruster itself hitting the hinge block. Okay. Now we know. Mystery solved. Yeah, I can see this ship flying around and flying in and around those big ones that you made. It's pretty cool. Is it all... It has a Gatling turret on top, which is good for a little point defense while you landed. I think the rest of it's just missiles, right? It looks like it. Oh, I like the yellow looks really good on the HUD up there. Actually feels really nice, yellow with black. Fits the theme of the ship too. We gotta do a crash test real quick. You know, I can still fly and it had a forward's cockpit. Dang. Yeah, I can still fire too. Pretty cool. Not bad at all. Only needs light weapons. Cargo shot there. Okay, that makes sense. Pretty nice for that. I would say, like, you had what? 8? 6? Rocket launchers? That's... I don't know if that counts as light weapons. But, yeah, like the Gatling turret on top. That's all it really needs. Does this still work? It does still work. Huh. Cool. I like that one too. And you can even crouch underneath it and do maintenance on the bottom while you're landed. Which is always good. Alright. I think I'm going to head out now though. That's going to be it for this stream. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun to see all your ships. It's nice to get people in here to comment on the builds as I look through them. So I'm glad you're around and you posted some stuff. I'm probably going to do this like once a week. Probably on Thursdays. That's the goal. I might switch up what time of day I'm doing it though, because the middle of the day is not particularly great for North America, but it works for me. So yeah, if you are interested in hearing, I probably will start posting on Discord, and I already do post on Twitter when I go live, so you can follow me there or just sub to the channel. It's only lunch. Yeah, I mean, it's just not good because most people who play this game are in their like mid-20s and mid-30s, so they're at work at lunch on a weekday. So it's not the greatest time to be streaming generally, but I have a chunk of time open on Thursdays and Tuesdays in the middle of the day, so I've been streaming then. It works good for Europe. It's like evening, nighttime for them in the middle of my day. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.